Alright. Shot of that card.
Huh?
Close up for that card.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, wonderful. Isn't that, don't you love that card? That is so neat. That is so neat.
Now we've decided to prepare a simple meatloaf and squash dinner for my mother's birthday. Jovi will prepare the wet mix first. She's going to combine the ketchup. That's good, and the brown sugar and mustard. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of mustard, and a half a cup of ketchup. Now she's going to get the Worcestershire sauce, 2 blobs, that's good, 2 shakes. And as she mixes this up, I'm going to go over the ingredients for the dry mix. This we're going to use a pound of hamburger, a pound of sausage, ground meat, 80-20 fat content, 1.5 cups of croutons, 1 whole onion, approximately 1 cup, and 2 eggs and 1 cup of milk. You can start by cracking the eggs. Oh, don't forget the salt and pepper. Salt and pepper to taste, which means however much you can tolerate.
So prepare meatloaf. Simple birthday celebration for mommy. I'll put it here. I'll put all the milk here, the meat, and all the ingredients. Ayun.
Paki?
Ayun nga eh, magluluto na. Oh. And then, ilagay ko lahat yung mga ricado. Oh, ay, my God.
Action.
Ito na yung mustard, yung ketchup, at saka yung Worcestershire, at saka ay, hindi ko ma-mention kasi mahirap eh. What else did we put here?
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar. Kaya ito na ang tatlo at saka ito pang-apat yung Worcester.
Now that the wet mix is combined in a bowl, we've got the meat in a large bowl.
Oh, yan na.
And it's time to crack some eggs. Mix
Ayan.
some meat.
Ilagay ko na yung dalawang itlog.
Crack 2 eggs.
Meatloaf lang ha, simpleng handa. Simple, hindi sila mahilig dito ng grand. At saka, 1 big
1 onion.
onion. Yan.
Approximately 1 cup finely
1
diced.
cup. Malaki ito. And then,
Mix.
ano pa? What else, papi?
Mix. We have 1 cup of milk.
1 cup of milk.
And a container with some salt and pepper.
Ayun.
Taste. This is a discretion.
Pimienta at saka asin.
Yes.
And then, what is this? When will we put that breadcrumbs?
I think we're ready.
Oh, we put it
This
now?
all combines in one bowl.
Okay, ito na lahat ang recado.
We use a seasoned dried breadcrumb to mix for good tasting meatloaf.
Oh,
Now it just comes down to getting your hands dirty, getting in there and working it into a loaf. We'll be back shortly. Now that we've got the loaf thoroughly mixed, Jovi will put it in a pan, slightly greased, and form it into the shape of a bread loaf, not touching the sides. We've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. As Jovi prepares the meatloaf, it's beginning to take shape. Notice it doesn't touch the sides. This lets the meatloaf brown evenly.
Okay.
Now she'll get the ketchup wet mix, sugar, and pour at least half of it over the meatloaf, spreading it evenly. Probably 2/3 of it. The last third we'll put on in the last 10 minutes of the baking period. This gives it a nice glaze. Ooh, that's looking pretty good. I
Okay.
think this one's ready for the oven. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. Now we're going to make an acorn squash to go with our meatloaf. We've got one medium-sized acorn squash. I'm going to try to cut it in two, about like that. And over to the trash.
Kalabasa. Iyan ay kalabasa sa atin, pang pinakbet lang sa atin yan. Pero dito, they don't cook it like that. They have a different way na magluto ng squash.
We actually have a dozen ways for cooking the dozens of squashes that are native to this country. This is just one method. It's a baked squash. It's easy, it's quick, and pretty much just let it cook with the meatloaf. This is quite simple. As you can see, I'm going to score it a little bit. This lets the butter and sugars penetrate the meat. Now, just gonna go ahead and pop them in a little pan.
Ilagay sa maliit na container, yung nahati na kalabasa.
Little bit of brown sugar.
Lagyan ng brown sugar.
And we'll top each one off with about
Butter. Yan.
butter makes everything better.
Yun.
Pepper.
Pimienta. Lagyan ng pimienta. Yan, kalabasa lang yan ha.
And this quite easy recipe, we'll pop it in the oven with the meatloaf.
Okay.
We'll be back with more. Thank you.
Action.
Well, now that we have the acorn squash in the oven, we're going to prepare some boiled potatoes and green beans. We're going to parboil or pre-boil the potatoes because the green beans don't take very long to cook.
Sa atin, Baguio beans. Yan, patatas at saka Baguio beans. Ayan. Okay.
And as I put these in the water, we'll let Joby prepare the green beans.
Ito na yung green beans na sinasabi nila, pero Baguio beans sa Philippines. Yan, para mabilis yung pagkat ko, tatanggalin ko lang sa isang, yan, para mabilis. Yan, mabilis, hindi yung gaya ng paggawa sa atin na isa-isahin. Ayun, para mabilis, bilis-bilis.
You
Okay.
gotta cut those in half or in thirds.
Oh yeah, I will cut it later. Oh yun, bilis-bilis, di ba? Sa atin isa-isahin pa. Hindi na pwede yung ganun dito kasi marami pang ginagawa, okay? Mamaya hatiin ko na lang ng dalawa ito. Okay? Okay, cut.
Now that we've finished draining the meatloaf, Joby is preparing to apply the remainder of the ketchup mixture, the wet mix. This will glaze the meatloaf and give it a nice sweet taste.
Ilagay ko na ito kasi tinanggal namin ang taba at saka yung mga kunting tubig sa mga tabi-tabi ng meatloaf. Ayan, para mag-brown at yummy. Sarap-sarap.
Ta-da! Well, it looks like the meatloaf is out of the oven. And it looks scrumptious. It has to sit for 15 minutes so it gets firm so we can cut it and doesn't fall apart. That's grapes. What else we have? Oh, we've got squash.
Ito na yung kalabasa.
Yeah, the squash came out good.
Nilagyan ng butter and
The beans. Oh, brown sugar. Thank you for joining us for this simple celebration. Thank you for supporting our channel, and God bless. We love you.